colors, and it just fell together really easily, so it's a fantastic experience.
Cool. Oh, excellent. Oh, maybe I'll do this mic. I don't know. Technical difficulties. Yeah, so I got involved in the comic not only as a contributing writer, but as an editor. So I also edited, I think, 10 teams of two. So it was a writer. Actually, it was 3. So there were colorists and letterers and writers and artists. So it was a new experience for me to edit so many teams at once. And it was kind of crazy, but everyone was really professional and fun to work with. But just this is my first comic book script. I've worked on anthologies before where I've done kind of like dating tips. I was in an anthology called Girls Guide to Geek Stuff, or Guy Geek Stuff, or something like that, for Friends of Lulu, which was an organization that was very pro getting women into comics and having them be encouraging, so very much like Womanthology. And so this is the first time I've actually done a full story with an artist, so for me it was a learning experience as well. But getting involved, Jessica Hickman, who's the artist on, oh, thank you. I was like, I started to feel like I was getting interrogated. I didn't do it. I have an alibi, I swear. Yeah, so Jessica Hickman invited me to be part of the project, and then it just escalated to doing stuff as an editor as well. But because I live on Twitter, I wanted to help promote it as well. So there's a lot of Twitter following on this, Tumblr following, and it's just taken off, and it's been great to see all the support on it, for sure.
Awesome.
I'm pretty loud. I don't know if I actually... I'm loud. All right, I'll use this too. Okay, so as you said, I got asked to do this, and I had never written anything comic-related before. In that world, I cover comics. I've been writing about other people's comics. I'm an entertainment journalist for a bunch of different sites, and Zap2, Huffington Post, and IGN. So I cover video games, movies, TV, and films. So to actually be able to do something creative like this, and to write a story, it was the most amazing experience. And the first one popped into my head. I wrote it on a plane, 10 minutes on a plane. And then getting to write with a co-writer, and then to work with Janet Leigh, I felt like I got a crash course in comics, and I absolutely love it. And now one of them has I can't talk about it, but it is going forward. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. And I'm trying to, because I'm a journalist, trying to do as much promotion as I possibly can. So tell your friends. Same thing on Twitter, and and most of my sites. I'm trying to at least do interviews with everyone. We just did a huge interview for Newsarama, and hopefully we'll be able to get more word out there and get it sold out.
Well, actually, I'm a children's book writer. This is my first book called In America's Shadow, and I got involved with the project because I. Kind of to bring it back to the fact that Womanthology is to benefit charities, and that was definitely something I wanted to work with, and definitely to work alongside with these wonderful ladies was just amazing. And I think, to me, I think comics need to be like introduced to girls, and so that was something that I hope that this project will really kind of get out there and show girls that they can write comics, that they can draw comics, and also because I think Kickstarter and the way that this project was funded through Kickstarter was something that is so different, that is just kind of, I think, changing the way that comics are going to be produced, as well as the outpouring of support for this project as well was, I think people want to see more females in comics, so that's definitely something that drew me into the project, and definitely to do what I love, which is write and help charity as well. So that was the main thing for me.
For me, as well as I guess for most people that wrote on it, which is sort of the point of the book, I am a writer for a living, but I'd never done anything like this, anything comic book related. I have a web comic that Cat illustrates that runs on a site called Comediva, but it's like a comedy web strip, and then I'm a comedy writer for a pop culture comedy show on Hulu. So like mostly what I do is like write little funny bits of stuff, and I really love comic books, and so this was a fun opportunity for me to do something totally different, which is why I went like historical fiction, action, have the chick dress in drag and go fight soldiers and give, messages, and it was really fun to work in that medium. And it was also really interesting because it's the first time that I've collaborated with an artist who is not Cat. So it was a lot of fun. Working with Amy was really cool. Mariah was an amazing editor, and I learned a lot about the format of writing, because it's a totally different ballgame than anything else I've ever done. So it was really awesome.
I was sitting here trying to remember if I saw Renae's initial tweet or if it was a private. Anyway, she, right when it came around, I don't know if she had sent me a message or if it was a tweet or whatever, but I remember saying, yeah, I'm game for this. Mostly because it was a nice opportunity for me to actually do interiors, which I've been doing illustrations for a very long time, and I've worked with Bonnie for, gosh, I don't know, 8 years now, and doing pretty much a lot of one-off illustrations and lithographs and stuff like that, but no one seemed interested that I could actually draw interiors too, so it was a nice opportunity to actually go ahead and do interiors and tell a story, and I was lucky enough to be paired up with Barbara, who wrote a really great story and was fabulous from the beginning in keeping me involved in the story itself, and asking me what I like to read and what I like to write, and tailoring something, or what I like to draw, and so she tailored the story into what I liked, which made it a lot more fun. So.
Well, I originally had expressed interest after seeing Renae's post on Facebook, and she had invited me to go ahead and do a one-page pinup, and so I figured I wanted to do something that had, a strong female character, so I thought, well, I've never been able to do anything visually with my Zora Lito universe, because right now it's in the draft phase of being a novel, and I had always been working in small anthology books, like with Radio Comics, the Manga File book, and Antarctic Press, and so it gave me a chance to finally put my main characters, into a book that's about female empowerment anyway, and I basically was so fast at doing my work, then they loved my colors, that I was then invited to color about 4 other stories that are in the book, and I was able to do different styles of coloring that ordinarily most people would expect, bright, shiny colors, and I was able to do some painterly stuff and work on different degrees of artwork, which one story was even written by Gail Simone, which was really fun. And then later I was approached to go ahead and design the sketchbook that everyone will be getting from Kickstarter, which would be my first time editing a book and doing some design work. So that was how I really got involved with it.
Hello. Sorry, my stuff, I'm actually panel crashing. My stuff's not on there because I just kind of like, hey, there's a convention near me, I should go. I'm Jean Kang. I am part of Womanthology. I am a contributing artist, and I am the artist that actually got to draw Gail Simone's story, so that was really exciting for me. Yeah, woo! I primarily work in animation, and animation is really fun, but you need so many people and you need so much time and money to even create just one episode. To do comics is just, for a control freak like me, is really fun to be able to control the look of the story, to show how to make it progress the way you want it to be, and do the color and everything. So I was really, really happy with this opportunity, considering I was actually a really huge pessimist about the whole thing in the beginning, because I saw the post from Renae of, hey, I want to put an anthology together. And I went, okay, I'll join in, but I don't think I'll get in. And I got the email of, hey, you got in, cool. And then when amateurs were asked if you wanted to work with a pro, please submit a portfolio, put a portfolio together and sent it in, but thinking, I'm not going to get in. I got in, and I got Gail, so it was a really great opportunity to work with a professional writer, and she was really interested in what I wanted to draw, and I was pretty much leaving it open. Please, I would draw anything that you wrote, so have fun. The great thing about the story with Gail was that the two of us were in a Twitter conversation about minorities, not just in gender and sexuality, but also racially. And she was commenting about how there's not a huge lack of Asian characters in media, and I was commenting back to her about that. And when I got the script, all the characters were Asian, which which was great for me. I was like, yes, I get to draw an Asian character, which I actually didn't get to do at all in animation. So it was wonderful, wonderful experience.
All right, woo!
Please, all do that.
fantastic job and very lucky, and I'm very glad you panel crashed. When she asked, I'm like, of course, we're casual. That's what being indie's all about. I got hooked up with it, in case you're curious, because my friend Steve Niles is friends with Renae, and so when he mentioned it, I love anthologies, indie, and charity, and our charity Global Giving is an all-encompassing charity. I mean, right now they're actually helping with the Turkish disaster relief for the earthquake. So it was a great cause, and I just couldn't resist. Keeping aware of time, I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. Does anybody actually have questions? Because often with the Q&As, no one ever answers, so do we have any questions? All right, then, I'm just going to keep talking. Okay, so on the subject of charities, what are causes that you enjoy contributing to beyond just the comics, but actually in the community and helping out? Because I know that everybody here got involved because of the charity aspect as well, so go ahead.
My day job is actually working for a charity. The Los Angeles Firemen's Relief Association has a charity called the Widows, Orphans, and Disabled Firemen's Fund, which helps firefighters who've been severely injured in the line of duty or have gotten lung cancer or problems like that, or the families of firefighters who've fallen in duty. And, you know, so having seen what the current economy has done for charities, because donations are really hard to come by these days, and even a lot of big corporate sponsors are sort of backing down and reducing or entirely stopping what they're giving. It was a really good opportunity for me to jump in and help a charity that, you know, besides what I do in my day job.
I do a lot of charity work. I try to do a charity every year, like a project that I work on that has some sort of charity aspect. Make-A-Wish is a big one for me, and I've done stuff with them before. I write for StarWars.com. I'm one of the editors, and we did an art project a couple years ago at Comic-Con where we transformed kind of like those Hasbro figures that are the big, the Mighty Mugs. And so we had everyone customize it into a different Star Wars character, and we had an art show, and then it was all auctioned off for Make-A-Wish. I also contribute to Bowling for Boobies, which is something Jane Weedland from the Go-Go's got me interested in, which